What's up, folks? MoneyPot Podcast here. As you can see, I'm rolling out of bed. It was a tough night last night, man. It's been a while since I've been out, but my guys are with me, so we gonna get it going, man. I look like shit, but hey, I got my boys with me. We got some tickets ready to cash. Let's go.
MoneyPot about to start.
I know, I'm coming, man.
Yeah, grab your notepad, man, for real.
I ain't down, fuck it, man, come on.
Yeah, man, they be spitting shit, man.
True.
Yeah.
Side guy, that boy.
Money pop, money talk. All they do is talk facts. Bird gang. All they do is talk stacks. 360 on the new view. Go run, tell the ad. 40-yard dash time. Moss Money Podcast time. S.co headline.
We are live. What's up, everybody? Man, I needed something different. To wake me up, B. You know what I'm saying? I needed something different, man. I was out last night. It's been a long time since I've been out watching the fight at UFC, man. If you were following me on Instagram, I was posting stuff, man. I met some folks, gave them live bets. Hit them.
Where's you at?
48 KO, TKO. I don't care if it was a doctor stoppage. I don't care what it was. He said he was going out on a stretcher, and guess what? Karma's a bitch. He went out on a stretcher.
Damn.
I don't care what y'all say. A win is a goddamn win. So we was out there partying a little bit last night, man. So excuse the voice, excuse the look, but I'm happy everybody here, man. We got the locks for everybody, man. I was out at what's that joint called? Brick Tavern up in Willow Grove.
Oh, Brick Tavern, yeah.
Tavern up in Willow Grove, man. They got some all right food, man. So we are live. Let's get right into it, man. I got my boys with me. B Diddy, what's up, bro?
My background's changed, man. You know, I ain't out in paradise no more. But
I see. You came on home.
We still living, a little tired, getting a little jet lag, but now we're here, man. We did do a good job last night on the UFC. So
yes, sir.
Let's keep it going, man. Keep the momentum going.
Let's go. Renzo, what's up, bro?
What's up, bro? I'm here.
Love the picture. Little homie. What's good? Yeah, man. So just to give y'all guys a quick recap of the bets last night. So we swept the straight plays last night. You guys got to get on this motherfucking membership package, man. We swept the plays last night. So I had 6 plays last night. We swept the straight plays last night. We lost both of our two team parlays. And then I had some other parlays down there, 2 4-team parlays. The one loss, Red Sox won, Phillies showed out and they won. And then the actual other one is still live. We got a live ticket. I put out the video yesterday about the hedge opportunity. I parlayed a hedge. That's my new thing now. So if you looked at if you were a part of the membership, you had plus 500 on that. So you could hedge. I'm all on the Bucks today. Still am. That hasn't changed. But you can hedge with the Suns. Suns are right now, I think, at plus 160, 140. They should kind of tick up a little bit. I think the Bucks will tick up a little bit more. People get rushing too much with this, right? People are rushing way too much into reading into what the Suns are doing to the Bucks. I get it. They look great. They look good. But at the same time, they did what you're supposed to do, and that's win home court, right? They're supposed to win home court. Now it's the Bucks' turn to try and answer the call. They got to get a win today. We know the Suns are having some injury issues right now as well, with Charge going out. I think there was another deaf player that went down as well. So I think that, and then all their players are playing, 40 minutes? You got from Bridges, you got 27 and 7 yesterday. I mean, career high. Booker was shooting the lights out as well from 3. So I think this is a must-win game. I like the Bucks today to win, and I think the line shows that they're -4. They're favorite to win. So Yeah, man. So for the membership players, for the membership team, man, join in, man. If you don't know how to join in, man, here we go. This is what you get for the membership for $9.99. We're not talking weekly. We're not talking bi-weekly. We're talking $9.99 a month. You get all the perks, the shout outs, the members only show, the appearances, and of course, the money picks from the team and myself, MoneyPot Podcast, man. And we've been cashing.
Yes, sir.
We've been cashing. Cashed up yesterday.
That's an easy investment, man. It's an easy investment.
Cashed up yesterday, man. So let's do a recap of you boys, what you guys did on the weekend. I know Brent, you in Wimbledon. I know there's a big soccer game, right? England and Italy today as well. So let's go around the round table, man. B Diddy, tell me what your betting week was like. Up, down. Had some good plays. You on a good streak. What's up?
Well, I was on vacay a little bit, so I wasn't able to focus too much throughout the week. I did get back and got a couple hits. I had the Dodgers last night minus 1.5. So I hit on that. I did end up losing on the Phillies because I had Boston team total over, and they didn't hit.
Yeah.
But then I was smacked up on a UFC card because we was, following, obviously what we give out. Those, we actually bet those plays that we give out. So
absolutely,
we smacked that and then put a big amount on Dustin last night. So I was pretty good there. So today,
I'm not to cut you off there. I had a member shoot me something too, man. He had a nice little $500 hit off the plays.
There you go.
I put it up.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, man. I put it up there. So if y'all hitting, make sure y'all send me the winning tickets at MoneyPot Podcast. My bad. Go ahead.
No. It's all good. And then tennis. So, I'm looking at Bertini. I'd like Bertini at plus 5.5. It looks
Is it still at plus 5.5 now?
Right now, I'll have to check. They're tied in the first set they're in extras right now. So let me see where he's plus 4.5. So I beat the line.
Okay, nice.
So that's good. That's the live bet is minus 4.5 right now. I got him at plus 5.5. And I think he should be able to go. And also got each player to win a set. So that's
like
good. The soccer game, I already had a bet in for Italy. So Italy was my sleeper. I always have going into these big tournaments in soccer, I have a favorite and always have a sleeper. And Italy was my sleeper.
Right.
So I got a little dusting on that. We'll see what happens. England's pretty tough, so it'll be a hedge bet for me, possibly. But I think Italy's going to rock out. So, yeah, that's what I got going on right now. And I'll look at some baseball plays, and then we'll talk about it. I will definitely share it with the program.
Yes, sir. Renzo, with a Benzo, man. What's up, bro? What you got for me this week? How you do this weekend in terms of betting? Some good wins. Tough week. What's up?
So I actually took a loss this week, man. I took the Bucks both nights, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I took the Bucks with the lines both nights. I just misread it. I thought the Bucks were the better team. Didn't really take in consideration how well the Suns have been playing as a team. I mean, they're really undervalued defensively. So
hold on, Renzo. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You said, what was that last comment you said? You really underestimated how good the Suns have been playing as a team?
No, defensively.
Oh man, I've been trying to tell you every show.
Tell them.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I had to cut you off.
Didn't mean to cut you off, but I had to cut you off. Right?
We all make mistakes.
Last show he said, I gotta listen to my boy B Diddy. And then he hit me with this, John. Like I ain't realized how good of a team they was.
No, come on. That's not what I said. I said I didn't really consider how well they've been playing as a team.
I don't know how you ain't realize it.
Very true. No argument there. So it was a tough week, man. It was the only plays I made, so I lost both of those. But I do like the Bucks. I am looking at the Bucks tonight. I do like them in Game 3, so that's gonna be my play. Trying to make it up.
Oh, damn! I don't know.
Man, I don't know.
I don't know because you've been missing. Don't go on the Bucks. You've been missing. Don't go on the Bucks.
No, actually, it's good for me, man. I don't think the Bucks take this one, man. I think they take the next one. I don't think they take this one.
You don't think they take this one?
Nah.
Well, you already know the statistics, right? The stats, if you go down 3-0, it's over, right? I forget what the percentage is.
It was over before a game started. We already know that.
See, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Are we reading too much into it, right? They did what they were supposed to do. We've seen this before in many NBA finals when the home team gets on the jump, they're up 2-0, right? I mean, I don't know what the stats are. I haven't looked it up, but how many teams go up 3-0 in the finals? Like is the history of the finals, because we play to the numbers too. It's not all about the numbers, but the numbers help and tell us what we should be looking at and what's the favorable side. Not saying it's going to be the outcome, but what's the favorable side, right? How many teams that we know go up 3-0, in the finals, and that's how I'm playing the line, right? And the fact that there is some depth issues on the Suns, and can Chris Paul and Booker keep up this level of play? You know what I mean? For 3 games in a row. Not saying they might not be able to do it for the series, but every game, 3 games in a row. And that's why I'm on the Bucks. You know what I mean? They're coming home. They haven't been playing well. Giannis doesn't look unfazed by his backwards knee. So, he dropped 42 in 12, I think last game. I expect another big game out of Giannis. They're going to need it. Like at least 30 from Giannis, at least. From Middleton, they need at least maybe they might even at least need 30 from Middleton too. So
my man Shannon Sharp said, man.
Go ahead.
I ain't gonna shout out no names, but I wanted to shout out Shannon Sharp because Shannon Sharp's my guy. I really appreciate Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
Like he said, Brooke Lopez, Robin Lopez, Marvin Lopez. Sons and five.
Sons and five. Mario Lopez. Mario Lopez.
But I just think that we got the best out of Giannis. He's not going to give you more than what he gave you last night or the night before. We had a mediocre Giannis that was trying to get the team involved, and they still lost in game 1.
Yeah,
I know there's some depth issues with some injuries with Phoenix Suns, but unfortunately, I don't think it's good enough. I think the Bucks' back completely has to be against the wall. I think for them to get swept, I think they win that game. For some reason, Middleton has now disappeared in 2 back-to-back games. He's nowhere to be found. Drew Holiday is putting up the shots, but game 1, he didn't put enough shots up. And in game 2, he can't find a mark. So maybe he might feel a little more comfortable at home. So he might have a little bit of adjustment there. I just feel like what Lorenzo said earlier is that Phoenix is playing great team basketball. They're sharing the ball. They're running those pick and rolls. They're moving the ball around. They look like a real veteran team that's been here before and ready to close out. And Milwaukee is just trying to figure it out. Giannis is going to get tired if he's going to continue to put that output out. You see him had his hands on his knees last night as he was trying to will his team to win and couldn't do it.
Yeah,
I think -4.5 is too much. Phoenix will literally have to come up here and just fold, right? It's not going to be a close game if Phoenix lose. I like Phoenix here. I think Milwaukee wins game 4 because they'll be down 3-0. I really, really like Phoenix at that plus number, man. I haven't put it down yet, but I like the momentum going into this game.
And that's what I went with the hedge. What I told the members on the hedge is that if you want to get cute, you can play. Well, it's not even getting cute, but you can play the number on the Suns at +4.5, and it might be a 2-3 point game, and you win both sides of the bet, right? You got the membership parlay that you can hedge, and you have your straight play with Phoenix. So either way, you can still kind of be in the game, man. So I see some people on here, man. I see we almost hit up almost 40 people live on the stream, man. If you out there, man, you like what we talking about, if you're part of the membership crew, man, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification button, man. And like I always say on a lot of shit, man, tell a friend to tell a motherfucking friend, man. We're just getting started. The takeover is here. It's here. We're just getting going. We're just getting out the gate. And if you've been on the membership team, you already know we're not playing no games. I see more and more people coming on the live stream to understand and learn how these boys doing it, because we're giving out free game. We're giving out free game. We're not charging nobody. You come on the show, we're giving out free game. We're telling you how we break down the shows, how we break down our bets, what keys we're looking for, right? You can always pay somebody to go get you a big fish. But how many people can you pay to teach you how to go get your own big fish? right? And that's what we're doing out here, man. So make sure, man, y'all sharing, liking, subscribing. And like I said, man, tell a friend to tell a motherfucking friend.
I'm gonna give you
All
one
right.
one gem real quick that you might want to really look at.
Go ahead, man. We all about gems.
Game threes.
Right.
I believe all the game threes between Phoenix and Milwaukee's game 3 have all went under.
Okay. That was it 220, right? I think last time I checked.
So it's I seen a 220, 221. I'm looking at that and I'm thinking under here. I think the under might be the play. That might be my lock.
You like that under? Damn, we're getting locks early. Ooh, hold on.
I think. I think.
Be careful with that word, man.
I want to put a little bit of salt bay. You know what I mean for the fans.
You know what I mean? Hold on. Because for our new listeners, if you're new and listening to the show, once we start talking locks. Once we start talking, we don't say guaranteed too much. I only say when you see my face, we talking guaranteed money. But when we talking locks, you're going to hear something.
Yep.
When you hear that sound, that's when we talking locks.
Here comes the money. Send that, John.
Let's do one. Send that, John. All right, go ahead. We doing shit early this morning, man.
We might as well. Hold on. Don't send it to him. Let me think about it a little bit more. Let me think about it a little more. Before I give it out, I want to make sure I'm locked in. I gotta listen to my boys first and see what y'all think when we analyze the game. So
okay, all right. So shout out to Colin. What's good, my guys? How are you this morning? Thoughts about the fight? I mean, the fights went exactly how I thought it would. People say that Connor might have. He looked good, but he was losing that round.
Right, and if he wasn't winning that round, then he wasn't going to win.
He was going to get finished round 2. He was going to get finished because Dustin was digging at was there any scare of that guillotine? No, there was no scare. Dustin got out of that easy. He was full mount, right. And he was just like Dustin. When we broke down the show. What did I say? I said in the weigh-ins when it was not to the public. Connor looked like he was just trying to turn the switch on. He was just trying to turn the switch on. He brought every back in to his old antics, talking shit, doing what Connor McGregor does. Connor McGregor is on a different level right now in terms of what he is in his brand, his name. Yeah. He doesn't live in the fight game no more. He lives outside the fight game. He's the prize fighter that they keep calling back for the big shot. And he did everything that he would do. He walked in. He had that same kind of look in his eye, but to me, it looked all fake. It looked all rehearsed. Like he's been here before, obviously. He know how big the moment is, right? He looked cool and calm, but all the pressure was on him. All the pressure was on him. All the big money was on him. All the next big fights was on him. Could you imagine if he would have knocked Dustin out? Mm-hmm. The massive media you would see right now?
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about Dustin's win. Everybody's talking about Connor getting hurt. Like you see posts about Connor getting hurt. Nobody's talking about Dustin getting the win and looking now that he's got a title shot. You don't see that. The story's all about Connor. You know what I mean? So that's how you know that everything was set up from. I mean, Dana White came out. If he wins, he's an all-time great. Like, come on, man. It's
the hype train. It's the money train.
Yeah, it was a hype train.
Everybody's hype. Everybody was rooting for him to win because it continues to bring the money in. Unfortunately, like you said, Connor McGregor is now on the other side of that hill. Hopefully he can get his advertisements. I think he sold proper whatever it's called.
Proper whiskey.
Proper whiskey.
It's not that good, by the way.
I didn't think it was good either, but he sold it for a crazy bag.
Yes,
made $180 million last year, something crazy. I mean, good for him and what he's made out of his career. I do respect that.
Yeah, I respect the hustle.
When it comes down to the fight game, though, and you're talking about Dustin Poirier, that's a pure, like you said, a pure fighter that stays in the gym. He wasn't winning that fight, and then Connor came out just like he comes out every single fight I've seen him coming with that little spinning round kick that doesn't land nowhere, and I was like, oh, he's the same player, he's the same person. He's not going to win this fight.
And then in this UFC fights, they fall off fast and they fall off hard. Yeah. Once they start kind of losing, it's hard for them to kind of come back and kind of regain that top spot. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't happen like that. So he's fell off, and even though it was a doctor stoppage, it was still a TKO. And we called it. If you're part of the membership, I called Dustin on my straight plays,
Sure.
and I called Dustin on a TKO, KO, and one of the parlays.
Yeah.
So I was all over Dustin, and a couple other members sent me their ticket, and I put up the big ticket. We had a big ticket winner. You know what I mean? That followed the play. Hey man, pays to listen.
Yep, for sure.
Secure the bag. All right, man. We didn't even get in. We talking so much betting. We didn't even get into the poll question. So I see more people coming on, man. Agree to disagree to the poll, man. College athletes should have not gotten paid. Renzo, you've been quiet for a while, man. What's up, man? What you think about that? Agree or disagree?
I mean, obviously disagree.
Right.
Of course, college athletes should be paid. I don't think there's not any business argument that you can make that they shouldn't be. The only argument that you can make for that they shouldn't be paid was some sort of argument of like they're too young, they don't know what they're doing, or
that's a pretty good damn argument.
Right, but it's like that doesn't exist in any other industry in the world, right? In our society, you can open up a lemonade stand or start selling lemonade at 12, and if Walmart wants to pay you $10 million for your lemonade product at 14 years old, you're going to be worth $10 million.
That's a true story. I forget what lemonade it is, but I forget what lemonade did that.
Alex Lemonade.
There you go.
We start looking through society, man. We know kids is going to jail for life at teenagers, and we know people are going to war as teenagers. So that's obviously been debunked. So it's really I can't think of any argument why these kids shouldn't be paid. To all the money that's being made, some of these college coaches that are making millions and millions of dollars, presidents are making millions of dollars, the schools are making tons of money that's being trickled down to various people and faculties. I don't think there's any legit argument why these kids shouldn't be paid or shouldn't have gotten paid. So
right.
Okay, 1,000% they should be paid.
Okay. Brent, what's up, man? Tough question. Man, and remember, we're all college athletes. We're all D1 college athletes who not at that. Well, now Renzo, you was at the pinnacle, world champion, Nova Wildcats. So I won't take that away from you, but not at that. I didn't play at that type of higher level where I got it to play in world championship, D1 ball. But we all play D1 ball. We all understand, not the big, Florida States and all that, but we understand the concept of D1 ball and what all that comes with. So go ahead, B Diddy, man. What's up?
Yeah, man, I had this conversation over this weekend on a Friday night talking about this because I as much as I've been for players making money, and then I started seeing it happen right away, right? Barstool Sports jump right in and sponsor these wrestlers, a Masterpiece, son, getting a $2 million deal. I'm sure they're going to continue to start rolling.
Yep.
I started thinking a little bit on the other side, right? And none of it is in defense of the NCAA at all. They're one of the biggest criminal, for my opinion, one of the biggest criminal groups on the planet right now, as far as what they've been doing, taking money, stealing money. But my thing is this: did we open up a Pandora's box? And it goes to what you're saying, Renzo. We have a bunch of kids, and like you said, there's kids that make millions of dollars. But now you were talking about kids making that money at the same time with the exposure of them making the money, right? With the notoriety to make that money, and then you start getting to the point where, as a professional athlete, everybody makes money, right? From the lowest paid to the highest to the superstar. But now we're going to start having younger kids, superstars making the money, right? So you're going to have players not making money, still trying to get the oodles and noodles and McDonald's and trying to struggle for $5. And then they're going to look right next to their same next player, look over and be like, damn, bro, he's got a $2 million bag. Right? Like, how does that work? I mean, I even looked at Masterpiece's son. I hope he can play basketball. I've never heard of Masterpiece's son playing basketball. I hope he's a great player, right? But what if he's not? What about the star on that basketball team? Like, he's looking at my man. I guess he knows the situation. Like, yo, you just got $2 million bag, and you're not even playing, right? Like it just goes down to that. And I know these kids are can be vindictive, and jealousy can kind of get into that group. How is it going to happen? Then we haven't even got the big dogs yet that has come down to start. Those big companies that start coming down and really start hammering some of these young cats. It's going to get crazy. It's going to be like the Wild Wild West. I think ultimately what the NCAA was put in place for to protect, they've taken advantage of for all these years, and now it's like it's their fault. Ultimately, they could have been many ways we could have paid these kids, and I mean pay all of them, right? And not now have the levels be so crazy and drastic and allow down these big dogs to come down and take advantage. And it's going to be very, very interesting. I am for players to get paid. I just don't think it should have been at this level. It should have been a way about doing it. Whereas though it can be across the board, right? NCAA, if you're going to be sponsor the teams, right? Everybody gets paid on the team. Something like that. Not the individual likeness, because it can get so big. Right.
Oh, it's going again.
Right.
It's like the floodgates just open.
It's gonna be crazy. I can't buy a Wendy's sandwich, but yet the quarterback rolled in with a Bentley now in college. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is what's going to happen.
For sure. There's way too much money.
It's too much money.
It's too much money out there. And then other thing too, one, like my man Wilson just said, does it water down the game, right? And now, and another thing too. Do these kids even care about school?
No.
Like, I mean they kind of don't care about school anyway.
Now, right.
Right. But now it's even more incentive. Like, I'm worried about how can I get the bag while I'm in school instead of actually going to school, because now it's more accessible. My arm reach is closer, because people don't know this, but the stat, I think it's only like 4% or less than 5% of college football players go to make it to the NFL. Mm-hmm. But now you're saying that now I can guarantee, or at least try to guarantee me an income in college. I'm 100% focused on that. I think the was it Miami or Florida? I think it's Miami. Was it Miami? I think it was the quarterback from Miami, or was it Florida State? I forget. It was one of those college teams. He already came out with a company to help these kids manage, their a management team for them to be able to go out and secure deals. Right. So if he made this company, but then he's got college football, that rigorous schedule, he's got classes still, and now he's going to try and run a business, to help, and I love the business idea. I love the business model, because it's going to be needed, right? We need, they need accountants, they need, they need money managers. They need all kinds of virtual assistants. They need all kinds of stuff to help these kids manage this money. Now, Master P's something different, because obviously he's got paid behind him, right?
Yeah.
But I think the two twin girls, they got a big deal from, I forget where, from a protein bar or something. They got a big deal from college basketball. Who's going to help them manage that? Right? Do they just go play and then have a team managing? And like you said, people are crooks everywhere, man. They see these kids, man. They see a lottery ticket, man. So I actually, I'm kind of in the middle, because I do agree with you guys. I think college athletes should be getting paid, but there's got to be some type of regulation. Like, they just let it. They're like, all right, you guys can go get paid. Go get it.
Go get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys can get paid now. Go get it. And that's cool and all. But like you said, there's going to be a lot of misconceptions. You're going to be having, a lot of players out there showing that off. I mean, you're 18 years old. Like, you get $1 million? Come on, dog. What do you think you're doing? You get a mil? What do you think you're doing with a mil at 18 years old, freshman, sophomore star, starting in football?
And not only that, like
what do we think we're doing?
Think about, and I know, like, we're going a little deeper, and it's like, but now now it's going to be exposed. You got these kids coming home, right? They coming home to these inner cities. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know they got the bag. We already got problems with kids going back home now. You know what I mean? Not making it back to camp because of some other type of reason. Now, old boy got the bag at 18. He's still in the streets. I'm sure he still got friends. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's tough. And I don't want to be on the negative side of it, because I'm just taking an outlook and saying, damn, if it gets like this, it can be rough, because like you said, it's a lot of crooks out there, and I don't know, it can be rough.
Yeah. So you guys, go ahead, Renzo. Go ahead.
I was just chime in. Everything you guys are saying makes sense, but what does that matter, right? To me, when it comes to getting paid, when we live in a capitalistic market and society,
Mhm.
all of that in
Mm-hmm.
essence is just irrelevant. That just all comes with what it is, right? I'd rather focus on putting things in place to mitigate those things happen,
Yeah.
mitigating the crooks,
For sure.
educate these people,
For
educate
sure.
these kids, these families, rather than saying we're just not going to pay you. That just sounds too much like you're just not smart enough or you're not in the right position, because these were a bunch of white kids, being quite frank, that lived in the suburbs and parents had resources. This wouldn't be an argument. You would just say they need to be paid. We don't have to worry about these things. So it's like now again, that's just society and the systemic things that's in place that just continue to hold us back and continue to take away opportunities from largely, minority kids, in these two major sports. So to me, everything you guys are saying makes sense. But to the question of like, should that mean they shouldn't get paid?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. We live in a free market. It's like it just is what it is. Like I just
Yeah.
personally start
Yeah.
seeing for me.
Yeah, and I completely agree that the jump apart that, like, obviously, race does kind of stand apart of that, but race from an educational standpoint, right?
Mm.
Like, a lot of black folks and kids from inner city just don't have the financial education that some of the kids from the suburbs and stuff have. So I absolutely agree with you on that standpoint. And the colleges should recognize that, and there should be classes for this, right? There should be full-fledged classes on how to manage your money if you're in that echelon of groups of folks, or it should be just open to all college athletes, right? This is just not even a sports thing. This is a life thing, right? There should be classes for understanding finances and understanding how all this stuff works. You know what I mean? So I don't want to get too bound down into that, but I completely agree with you, Renzo, man. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of in the same area, but I'm gonna have to actually disagree. At first, I thought I was going to agree, but I actually disagree. College athletes should be getting paid. We just got to do better in how to help them manage it and make sure that we keep that all on the right straight and narrow path, man.
And it could be a way where, as though once they graduate, they can get the, I mean, I just think there's ways to do it without putting these guys in so much pressure situations. One that's not even about the game. Right. And I agree with you, Lorenzo. I think you're right. What are we saying if we just don't do it? I think they should. It just needs to be controlled because they're put on this big stage, right? They're put in these situations where they're exposed. You're talking about, we talked about the kid that was at the lemonade stand. Like, you couldn't even remember who that was, right? So it's one of them things that, oh yeah, it's a story for a quick second. Good thing for Alex Lemonade. It started off in one situation, but now, we don't even know who it was. You couldn't remember. But now we got these kids that's in these sports that are on TV every single day. The commentators are going to talk about it. It's going to be news. It's going to be all over the place. How can we protect these kids in ways, not necessarily by protecting their finance, let them make their investments, but more how we can protect them from everything else, everybody pulling at them. There could be some type of way we could do that. So that's just my opinion.
I hear that.
And keep, like you said, what you said, Nate, keep the game, the way it is, right?
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. So let's get into one of my favorite topics. One of my things that we cannot stress enough when we talk about gambling and sports education in terms of gambling is bankroll management. All we do all the time, every show, every year. We've been doing this for 5 years plus. Every year, I think we do it 2 or 3 times a row, is bankroll management talk, right? So what we want to do now is kind of tweak it a little bit. We want to understand and teach folks how to reassess their bankroll. So let's take the membership team for a second. So for the members who the members that have joined and been on the membership team, you should be in the black, as they said, right? We should be up right now in terms of money. You just guaranteed yourself some money. Now, we had some losing weekends, right? But what did you start your bankroll? So say you came to the membership team and say, hey, I put aside bankroll that I know that I can lose and it doesn't hurt me from a personal standpoint. We have our gambling bankroll bankroll play. So we have, say, 500. As of right now, you've been making bets at half a unit, and a half a unit is just $50. 1 unit is 100. So you've been making plays. Every time I give out plays, you've been playing every play at half a unit. and you have some hedge opportunities where you had to go dig in the bag, but you got that paid back plus your interest plus on top. So now, right now, you look at your bankroll management and you're at 1,100, which sounds actually about right if you followed all the plays. You're about 1,100 right now. How do you go about reassessing your bankroll when you're sitting at 1,100? Well, it's counting on your level of comfortability and your risk factor. So if you want to sit there and still continue to slowly build the 50, or when we say reassess your bankroll, you can say, hey, I've made money. I got 1,500. I started off my initial investment at 500. We're now at 1,500. I'm going to reassess my bankroll, and now I'm going to start the press on my bet. Now instead of doing half a unit, now I'm going to be playing 75, or even if you get cute and make it a full unit on every play to now to compound your interest. Because just like a stock market, the market goes up and down. And if we're staying hot, we're going to keep going up and going up and going up. Because check it, we can lose 2 weekends in a row, right? But it's about the longevity of it. I can lose 2 weekends in a row, but over the course of the month, right, I've won more than I've lost. And that's the key. I'm going to lose. We're going to lose. It's a gamble. You're going to lose in this game. But at the end of the day, we're going to win more than we lose. And if once you look at the full scope of 4 to 5 months of being in it and you reassess what you put in, what you made out, oh, shit, I started with 500. Now I got 15. Bro, that's like what? Almost like 60, 75% return on my initial investment. Mm-hmm. You don't get that in any other markets. You don't see that, right? And that's going to sway based on how we study and we get ready for our games. So I just want B Diddy, if you could just kind of jump on how you personally reassess your bankroll, even through highs and lows, right? Even go the other way, right? You don't have to talk about obviously always the best part when you're winning, but talk about reassessing your bankroll when when you're down.
Yeah, I mean, we all going to have swings. I think you hit the nail on the head. There's going to be many swings throughout, especially if you're doing this on a consistent basis. But don't get too high, don't get too low, right? There's going to be some great weeks. There's going to be some bad weeks. Just set a limit on a weekly limit. If you're betting weekly, you're betting on if you have a monthly budget, and even if you have an unlimited budget, you should still try to control what you're doing, right? We don't just be wasting money out here.
I like those guys, unlimited budgets.
Yeah, limited, but still, it gets a little silly when you're throwing away a lot of bread. You start thinking about like, damn, man, I done gave away this amount of money. Maybe I need
into that chase mode. You're chasing. Yep.
And chasing can be exactly what you're doing. And sometimes you continue to dig that hole because these are uncontrollable outcomes, right? Nobody knows what's going to happen, at least so we think. So ultimately what I do is once I get down to my low is I shut it down. I just put my hands up and I say, hey, listen. And sometimes I just turn off sports. You know what I'm saying? Get back to the family, enjoy the life sometimes, right? Because we get so stuck in who's playing, what's going on. And then now you're getting in that chase mode because you see that you're down. Sometimes when I'm up, I press a little bit to try to maximize those opportunities. But then I set a limit too. Like if I make 30% of what I made that week, I don't let it get below that 30%, and I just stop there too. So you got to have a cap above and below, but most importantly below, because now you're digging in your pockets. So just my suggestion for guys: just know when or learn when to stop, reset, refresh, get after it another time, and try to hit the bag another week.
I like that. Renzo, man, how about you? You were down this week, right? So how did you reassess your bankroll at the end of the week?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things that Brent said, man, just hold true. A lot of these things are kind of just basic, but for me, it's just kind of, always taking a look, one, at the bankroll. Two, not being as aggressive, right? So typically if I'm having a bad week or bad run, outside of just generally taking a break, not making as many bets, typically just going for more of a safer bet, rather than, parlays or multiple bets or things you're not really sure about. So, when I was down for a couple of basketball plays, I started looking at baseball plays. There were some that I liked that I was going to take. But for the fact that I was down, I said, you know what? I'm not really sure. I hadn't spoken to people, haven't verified it. I'm a chill on those alternative plays I typically don't make because I'm running bad. If I was running good, had a couple extra dollars to play with, I was in the green. I would make those bets. So typically for me, it's just a matter of slowing down and getting safer. So it's kind of what I did this week, kind of being down those basketball plays. Didn't really make any other plays and kind of took a couple of days off until today when I'll jump back in on the Bucks. So that's my typical strategy. But yeah, I agree with a lot of what Brent said.
Yeah, and just to kind of pull full circle, there's a lot of things that you guys said that I think are key words that people need to understand. Renzo, you said don't be so aggressive, right? Which is getting into the chasing part. Because what's going to happen is, say you go 0 for 3. You start off 0 for 3 on straight plays. And now you're putting in parlays to kind of catch up to what you just lost. Because we get so quickly emotionally attached. Damn, I lost. Damn, I need to make this up real quick. All right, let me put in this 3-14 parlay, and then I'll hit this, and I'll be up. Not only will I get my money back, but I'll go get like an extra 100 or two, and I'll be good. And then you miss on that, and then in that parlay, it'd be that one team that we always talk about.
Always one team.
That one play, that one team that we always talk about, and then you don't even hedge, right? I'm getting to the point where I'm parlaying the hedge. I'm not even parlaying to win the parlay. I'm parlaying to get me into a hedge opportunity so I can guarantee the win. Because I'm telling you right now, you can find a lot of people who do parlays, and you can find a lot of people who might say they're consistent in parlays. But I guarantee you right now, over the course of the time, you might hit them when they're hot. And you might hit hitting 4 out of 10 parlays is unbelievable. If you want to think about it. But once you kind of find somebody who can hit parlays, okay, ride the wave. And it might not be us. I'm not saying come to us all the time. Like we have ears. We listen to everybody. We're not the masters of this at all. We're not professionals of this at all. We do this for entertainment purposes. But at the same time, we want to teach you on how to kind of field out the noise. Like everybody's going to talk about whale bets. Everybody's going to talk about they're hitting 85%. Everybody's going to talk about, I went 10-2 last week. Then you pay for their package, you pay for their plays, and you lose, right? You lose right out the gate because you may have missed their wave or their lifestyle grabbed you and gravitated to you. So like, damn, he really showing it. Oh, he's showing to you. Yo, people can go and screenshot shit everywhere.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I'm saying? And then you see these BR bettings, you see these bar stools, you see these ESPNs, you see these people with these huge bets that they're showing, and then you get gravitated to that, right? Even though there's one bet on BR betting that we're going to do, bro. B Diddy, you're a big part of this. So they want to, hold on for a second. Excuse me. They're putting out, they're retweeting people who put out NFL division winners. For parlays. So we got to build one on the show live.
Okay.
We're gonna build one. So that'll come a little bit later down the road, but we're gonna build one live, and we're gonna give out a free. It'll probably be pretty big. It got to be like 6 or 7 teams, I would think.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that should be a good play. But like I was saying before, don't get caught up chasing. Don't get caught up chasing because you're losing. Reassess. Like he said, don't get so aggressive. And then like B Diddy said, refresh what you're doing. Take a step back.
Yeah.
We can get so caught up in the emotion, right? Try to take a step back, relook at what you're doing, and go for just one. If you got to pay a little bit of juice, and if you don't know what juice is when you see the spread. So when you see a spread, it's like -110, -108. Like, but when you see something a little bit heavy, that's minus like 130, 140. That extra, $20 is the juice. That's how Vegas makes their money. They put a little bit of interest on players that are like favorites. Like last night, Portier was -126, right? So it was 126. You would have to lay 126 to win $100 because all bets in the history of Vegas have been made on $100 or what we call 1 unit. So understand what you're looking at. understand what you're reading. And that's the point of MoneyPot Podcast. Getting to the basics, relaying that foundation, and then we're going to build on that foundation of the peaks and valleys that you guys will see as you take on your betting journey. Maybe you might bet for a little bit. We're in it for the long time. We bet damn near every day. So we understand where those peaks and valleys, we understand when to pull back, and we understand when we can put our foot on their throats and keep going down. Because remember, it's not us versus you. It's not you versus us. It's us versus them. It's us versus the establishment. It's us versus the suit and ties. It's us versus the books. We want to take their money. We want to be the Robin Hoods of sports gambling, right? We want to take their money and give it back. You know what I mean? We don't want it. We're not doing it just for us. You don't see the flashiness. You see, like you see the cribs. We got, you don't see the big house in the back with the big screens. Quiet money, man. Quiet money over here, man. You know what I mean? So let's, let's keep this conversation.
Look like we lost our boy for a
I can't
second.
even see y'all boys no more. Hold up.
Yep. There we
That's
go.
crazy. I saw. Oh, there we go. We back. Plugged out. All right. We got Sebastian, man. My guy Sebastian, man. What's up, bro? Let's see here.
Oh, Sebastian.
My guys, I have a question. I have 2 early games for week 1. Oh, wow. We ain't in NFL yet, man. We not there yet. We not there yet. It's a lot to go through before we start betting NFL, especially week 1 games. I know those lines came out weeks ago, so people kind of jumped on those early lines. Remember, we got to go through training camp, right? Mm-hmm. We still got to go through training camp. There's injuries coming. There's late season trades. So those lines are changed. You know what I mean? So I would hold on, before making any NFL bets. Now, the future bets you can make, right, from Super Bowl bets, and we just talked about how we're going to do a division a little bit closer. I think it's July, maybe like early August or something, see where those lines come in at to get in an early play for, those divisions. I know B. Diddy's big on that. So we'll take a look at that, man. Always thank you for jumping on, bro. All right. So we talked about the membership. Hey, man, let's talk about these best bets and heavy leans, man. Renzo, man, you got anything today? I know you said the Bucks. Are we all Milwaukee Bucks today? Is Bucks live or die today?
We are, man. Honestly, man, if I took away the way they're playing, and you can't do that, but if I just look at the Bucks team, I like the Bucks team.
Come on, Joker.
Better than the Suns. I really do. Like, just as on paper, and even like seeing them play out before they played each other, I thought the Bucks were just a better team here. I really did. Now the Suns obviously are playing really well. The 2 guards are obviously playing out of this world. Defensively playing great. They got all the momentum, coaching. It just seems like a perfect storm for them. So that would certainly give me pause for hesitation. Brent kind of got into my head with the taking the Suns with the points, and the line is weird. Where's the line right now?
4.5.
4.5. I think it might get to 5 by tech, but that'll be it. I think it'll tick up to 5. It won't go 5.5. If it goes to 5.5, then I feel very confident in Milwaukee, and I still feel really confident in Milwaukee today. But if it starts to tick over the 5.5 point, then that to me is a teller that the Bucks should win this game.
I guess my thought is, I guess you're really only Chris Middleton or Drew Holiday having a good game away of like beating the Suns, right, by 5 points, right? Like, ultimately, if Drew Holiday shoots 48% from the field and has 20 points or something like that, I guess you're in a good position to win the game. You would think role players, you would think secondary players play better at home. It's a must win. If they're going to make it a series, it's today's game. So I'm leaning towards the Bucks. I'm gonna watch the line, like you said, Nate. If it gets up to 5.5, that'll make me feel confident. If it stays at 4.5 and doesn't move, I probably would lean towards the Suns with the points just to cover myself. So I think on this play. I'm gonna watch the action of the line. There's
Yeah.
so much attention on it. If the line moves up, that would show me that money's going that way. Obviously, I'll probably lean the Bucks with the points. If the line stays at 4.5, certainly if it dips under, then I'll take the Suns. So that's kind of what I'm looking at today.
B Diddy, man, we got a question from the what I think is a good question, man. I'm gonna throw this one to you. In same game parlays, kind of what's your sweet spot and how many lines do you play in those same game parlays? Do you even play same game parlays? Is another question too.
No, I don't. I haven't got caught up in the same game parlays yet. I know it's just a really sweet little hot thing people are doing. I'm not gonna, be negative about it. I haven't got it. Haven't got into it. I think there's too many variables. That's why the odds are so large for things to happen for you to hit. Right. Like for instance, we got to have, and they're fun. I guess they're fun bets. They're fun bets.
Oh, for sure.
When I'm
all
watching,
parlays are fun bets.
yeah, they're fun bets. When I guess the tip would be, these would be perfect timings to start looking at some sweet spots, right? You see who's running well, you see who's not running well. Start looking at like rebounds and assists. See what players taking what role in which series, right? Like last series, it was the Clippers. I was making money off of Zubac, right, until he got hurt.
Yeah.
Like you got to find what the coaches are doing within the series. So, for instance, looking at this series, Giannis is going to probably. I can't see it live right now, but I would say like Giannis, get his team to his overs, right? His overs, rebounds. I think he's going to be the same. You'll probably look at Brook Lopez's unders, right? Because I'm seeing how they're swaying. They're kind of like putting him. His plus minus is really bad while he's on the floor. Certain small things like that. You would think Drew Holiday will be over his assist numbers, right? Like I haven't looked at it because I'm not looking at it right now. But if I'm going to break down the games, I would just start looking at those type of sweet spots of the secondary players of what they're doing. Maybe you might even catch like your dark horse will be like a PJ Tucker, right? His numbers are really low. Like his points will be 4.5. He should get at least 1-3 in the game, especially at home. And then all you got to look for him is get a putback or a rebound and a putback, and you cover that 4.5. Small things like that is what's going to get you over in your in-game parlays. That's going to maximize. So look at the little guys. That's going to possibly make an impact. That's all I can say. I don't do those plays, but
So I'll jump in. I actually have done a couple same game parlays. Just testing the waters. I knew it was a hot thing that kind of came on, and I saw people doing well. So just a strategy that I found that works well for me that hitting the same game parlays is that you rely on the dogs, the stars, right? So the who's the stars of the game, the Giannis, the Middletons, the Chris Pauls, the Booker, and you're going to pay for that, right? You're going to pay the X amount of juice for them to go over. So that's why those same game parlays get kind of long, because people are looking for the odds to get the bag, right? Because they're paying minus 400 for Giannis to score over 25 points. Mm-hmm. And when you look at Giannis's track record, before he got hurt in the Hawks game, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Giannis hasn't scored under 25 points since Brooklyn, June 7th in Brooklyn. When he played 30 minutes, he had 18 points and 11 rebounds. Other than that, Giannis has been over 25 points. He's actually been over 30 points, 30 and up in every game since then, maybe 3. So that's how you start to break down these spots of where they should fall. And then, like B Diddy said, great thing that B Diddy said that you didn't get if you didn't catch that gem was that what is he doing at home? Is he a player that plays well better away, or is he at home? Giannis is kind of, like he said, somewhat consistent. I think his numbers tick up a little bit more at home, just because of that energy. But at the same time, Giannis is more likely going to get you almost 25 and 10 every night. You know that. So once you know that baseline of that player, then that's where you start to ticker with how you want to go up or over, pending how the series is going, right? They're down 0-2. Whatever they've been doing in Phoenix ain't going to work. So they're going to have to try something again. And just like, B. Diddy was saying with Lopez, like I'm looking at Lopez, he had 22 minutes against Phoenix, and then it ticked up to 27 minutes this game too. But his numbers went down. So the longer he's on the court, he's not being as efficient, right? So are those unders still counting? You go to Phoenix side, DeAndre Ayton, he's giving you over 10 rebounds a game. He hasn't had net less than 10 rebounds since June 24 for the Clippers. You see what I'm doing here, right? You see how I'm breaking it down? I'm looking at the stats, I'm looking at the trends, and the market is dictating what I'm going to think. And then there's that guess level, right? There's this educated guess level at the end of it, but because of the numbers of what you're seeing and those same game parlays or any prop bets, you should be more on the plus EV. It's not going to be 100% correct. Shit, it ain't going to be 90% correct.
Right.
We can say lock, we can say guarantee, but what we try to do, if you understand betting, understand that a professional bettor bets at, I think it was like 55, 56%. It's only 6% more than half, but that small 6% can change depending on how you bet. That 6% is big. Just think about the stock market, right? If you make 6% on, I don't know, 100 grand worth of stocks, that's a significant extra amount of money, right? That you have. And that's how these big bettors are. So when you think of it like that, now I don't know what my clip is, right? I think my clip could be high. Is it sustainable to stay at 60-something%? Probably not. Like there's going to be some pullback, right? But at the same time, if you put yourself in those good positions where this player or this prop bet or this bet should hit at least 65 to 70% of the time, you just got to lay your money. And if you lose at that point, you lose. You know what I mean? Like that's just is what it is at this point. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's how you have to start to train your mind to start how to break these things down. So looking at the same game parlays, that's kind of where you're comfortable level of how many lines you want to play. If you want to be really safe, it's going to probably be a big parlay because you're taking more plays that they're more likely to hit. Like Chris Paul is going to get over 8 assists a game. Booker's going to score 25 points a game. Giannis is more likely going to get 10 rebounds a game. He's going to get at least 25 points a game. Middleton should get about 25 points a game. You know what I mean? So, when you think of stuff like that, you know what I mean? You have to start building up. Like I would be on under for Bridges in this game. Like I don't think Bridges has 27 points, again.
Yeah, not 27, but his numbers are 27. Maybe what's his numbers? 15 to 17, maybe?
Let me double check that. Let me double check that. Let me double check that.
Because you got to think now, like it's kind of going like analyzing the game. They're down 2 players, 2 big crucial players. So Ayton's going to get more time, right? Ayton's going to be on the floor more, and really they only got 2 more games to win, so they're probably going to maximize.
Oh yeah, never mind. You're right. So right now Bridges, which is crazy to even see, this might be a lock right here, bro, for just this prop. Bridges is 12.5.
Yeah, you got to jump on it because Bridges is going to be on the floor more. But see, what happens is Bridges plays the wing. Right, he plays out in that wing to hit those threes, so he plays more corner. Sometimes he'll jump in there, dive, get a rebound, and a putback, but it depends on the game that he's playing. So, yeah, you won't see a 27-point game by Bridges again, but you might see, because of the injuries, he'll be on the floor more. He may know because he's a smart player. Shout out to Villanova, Chris, that he's a cerebral player, so he knows what he has to do for his team, and most likely that's to go grab some rebounds. So he'll be able to get some easy putbacks or some putbacks off the glass. So I think 12.5, I'm definitely smacking that.
Yeah. Like I said, right. Yeah, I didn't even think I heard the smack when you said it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think I'm just looking at it right now, man. Hold on, let me digest this real quick because he was on the court. So last game he only had 14 in 29 minutes, and that's because Paul had 32.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on, what game was this? That was game 1. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how many? 14, right?
Yeah, in game 1 he had 14,
right. 14
in a regular rotation. Rotation. And then he had 37. Yeah, so they were super heavy. Ayton played 42 minutes, Chris Paul played 41, Bridges played 37, Crowder played 37, and Booker played 44. So understand that too, y'all. Understand that, Jim, that the starters for the Phoenix Suns are all going to play at least 35 minutes, which is damn near the whole game.
And they
Right?
have to now because
Booker's,
they got
yeah, they have to now. Booker's not coming off the court, really, and neither is Paul, and neither is Ayton. So if you think about that, man, yeah, that could be an easy smack right there, man. I like that. And that line just shifted to now it's minus 110. It's even money on either side, over or under on Bridges. I really like that play, bro. We might have to do that, man. Where's that music, man? Where's that music? Yeah. It's a lock live, man. Bridges, 12.5. I like that. Nola scratched from the Sox.
Yeah, I just see that it changed. I don't know what happened, but I did see it went off the board. Pavetta is still up there, though. Pavetta's still playing. So you might want to smack on Boston. A late scratch is not good.
Yeah, what was that about? This is only minus 120.
I don't know who will be pitching, though. Who will be pitching right now? Who's in the rotation?
I kind of like the over again. I should have took the over last weekend. Excuse me. I should have took the over, last night. It was looking at me right in the face. I was doing the plays. And I was like, man, I think the Sox should win with more on the mound. But I was like, you know what? I was looking at the over. I'm like, the over just screaming to me.
I hit on Matt Moore under 2.5. It was live under 2.5 strikeouts. See, that man he can't strike nobody out. I think they just played well, but he could not strike nobody out. So I hit on that. But with Nola out, I don't know who's in their rotation to replace him.
It says, oh no, never mind. It didn't come up.
It came up, right?
Yeah. So Vic, that's a good call. That's a good Nola scratch. So money's on the Sox. I would think that line would tick up. It's probably off the board, right?
It's off the board.
Yeah, it's off the board. So if you had got in early, you're in a good space. But when that comes back up, I'm pretty sure you'd be laying probably minus 160, 170 at this point.
Yeah.
When that line comes back up, it'll be around there. So you just kind of have to kind of wait.
But Victoria, I do like the other Sox though. Just a heads up, I like the White Sox today with Dylan Cease on the mound at minus 1.5. I think that's a good value right there against Watkins on Baltimore. I think they just sweep this series. That's one of my plays.
I think that minus 1. I think that minus 1.5 for the Red Sox might be in play too, counting who's on the mound. But I'm still liking that over though. I really do. I like that over.
Mm-hmm. Philly's bat's been hot though, so be careful.
Yeah.
Philly's bat's been hot in June, so that's one of the things we got to look at. Like, these dudes, they got everybody healthy back again. Gregorius is back, so the over, like you said, the over might be a good play. It just depends on where it's at. Most likely it's going to be 9.5, 10 in that ballpark.
Yeah, for sure. And then I love the PJ Tucker over points. It's always like 4. Yeah, I just checked. I checked that out.
Good job, Victoria. Yep.
Yeah, 4.5.
He got to knock that 3 down. He got to knock at least one of them 3 down. So you don't knock the 3 down, it's over. He hit
right.
He had 7 points in one quarter. Yeah, he hit the quarter 3. He had an easy putback last game. I think got ended up with 7 points. I was like, thank you.
Right.
But he hit the 3. I was cool. I was comfortable.
Yeah. So he's over
3. Yeah, it's gonna be trouble.
Over 4.5 is minus 2.5, and then look at the drop. If he's over 3.5, it's minus 235. So
what's the 4.5?
Minus 125.
125. See, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. But he could literally have 2 points and like 8 rebounds. So yeah. But if you found a gem, and Vic, if you found a gem and you hitting consistently, shit, keep going after it. Keep going after it. Looks like Nello's on the Cova list.
Oh,
look at Vic. She said she's listening to my guy B Diddy.
Roll with both socks. Yeah.
Yep. Roll up both socks, huh?
Mm-hmm. Let me know what you get that line at when it pops out. If you already got it, then good luck for sure.
Yeah. Let us know. Make sure
I like the Sox anyway today.
All right. I don't think we got your play, B Diddy. Anything you're looking at? Give him something different if you're looking at. Give him that soccer play. Because we know we got some soccer fans. Is that going to be a tough matchup? Is that almost even?
It is even.
Was
I
it
think the
Italy
momentum.
and England, right?
Yeah, England's really surprised me. Italy's been super hot, so I had Italy before this. So Italy and France were my plays to win, right? I had a dark
Right.
horse and I had a favorite, and
Okay.
obviously France was pretty much everybody's favorite, and they got smacked up. I also had Sweden. I kind of jumped on Sweden late to possibly make a run the way they were playing too, but I always had Italy in there. So for me, it's just a hedge bet.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I really don't know going into this match where it can go. They're about even. England's plus 150, Italy's plus 210. You got to make sure that you understand that the extra time and penalties times is in play here. So it's a little crucial to what side I want to pick here, but I'm rooting for Italy ultimately. They've been my dark horse, so I hope they win. But I like England because I'm a fan of I can't think of his name right now. Sterling. I like Raheem Sterling. I like him, in his attack mode, and I I kind of root for him when I see him play. I like him. I know everybody's on Harry Kane, but
Yeah.
I like Sterling as that that Joker of the Batman Robin. I mean, I'm sorry, of the Robin of the Batman and Robin, and he's been doing really good. He's coming up really strong. So I don't know. I'm just going to enjoy the game. I'm gonna hedge a little bit on the England. Hope Italy wins. It just only because the extra time and the penalties are also in play and they can mess up our bets like it did before. Remember?
Yeah. That
And I think
Italy
they're
one
about
killed
even.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was plus.
But my play would be the White Sox.
You said the White Sox.
The White Sox going to be my play.
Okay.
Minus 1.5 at minus 120. Dylan Cease's on the mound. We all know Baltimore is up and down. Their bats can get hot a little bit, but White Sox are tough. They're playing really, really well, and they're hitting the ball right now. So I'm not going to get in front of that train. I'm going to ride the train and get right through Baltimore, especially in that field too. That's a short field in Baltimore, and we're seeing it. I think for the series they put up 20 runs in the series in 2 games.
Yeah.
20-4 right now.
I like it. All right, so we talked about the membership plays. We talked about the hedge. We talked about UFC. We talked about betting. We talked about Bankroll. We talked about the finals. We gave out free plays, man. Oh, man, I don't know what else we can get. We talked about the poll. I don't know what else we get, man. I love how y'all brought my energy up, man, because I was struggling this morning, hangover city from last night. Renjo, you got anything else to add for the people before we shut it down, man?
Nah, man, I'm good, man. I feel like we covered everything.
All right, man. Solid, man. So I want to thank everybody for joining. If you're still out there, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Also, membership.
Yep, get those plays, man.
Membership. I ain't forget about y'all, man. I just got the text from Willie Vegas, man. Willie Vegas gave me the baseball fantasy NBL DFS. So that will be coming soon. I'm going to get with the guys right after the show. And we're going to talk about the plays we got for today. Obviously, we're on the Bucks. So got to see how that works out. No, so hold on. We're on the Bucks from yesterday's parlay. The closeout the parlay from yesterday has the Bucks winning. So I already put the video out for the hedge. The question, though, for today that we got to talk about off air is, should we continue? How do we go about going forward? Letting that just one ride, or do we start mixing matching with Phoenix and stuff like that? So we've already talked a little bit about it. I want to get with you guys again and kind of figure that out, man. But for Renzo, B Diddy, Moss Money, for everybody who came on and shared with the money team, man, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. We out here.
Come on, man.
All right, dog.
Yo, MoneyPot about to start.